how have you done what you've done? And you're like, you just lean in when it's difficult.
Yep, exactly. Say yes
That's
and figure it out later.
that's
And
that's the best advice ever. Just lean in when it's difficult. That is it.
there's always
100%.
there's always people who've done everything that we want to do before. So
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Amazing.
rely on them. Go on,
Hey,
Walt.
Johan, do you have a couple of photos that you can show us from of the stand so that we can actually we can show it off and so that so guys, as Johan's getting that up, welcome everybody to our White Label Suite weekly call. We will resume our regular scheduled training scheme and program as we go forward. But today we wanted to launch you with a bit of an update after Dallas. It's the biggest thing that happens in our marketing year, and so the event is called Level Up, as you know. And so my team asked me yesterday, what should we title today's training? And I said, Level Up, Accelerator Down. What we're coming out of that Dallas event is just to say that the hottest time to be in this market and in this business is right now. The energy at that event was absolutely insane. Personal shout outs and thanks to Mika. Your help there was insane. It was so great to be able to showcase your enterprise program to a group meeting there, and to meet with you and to hang out with you. And you were such an amazing ambassador for us. Sarah, the same, incredible ambassadors. Mark, amazing, great to hang out with you. Trey as well. Laura was just so great to spend the time. Reggie, if he's on the call. Marcio, Michael as well. It was just amazing to hang out with so many of our clients and friends, and you guys. It was such a, I guess, such a hug for us that you were ambassadors for White Label Suite. We had our the booth was so busy. We had so many people coming up to us that we couldn't keep up. Kyle, myself, and Johanna. My voice is still recovering, as you can hear. We had so many people coming up to the booth. We couldn't keep up, and so we would turn around, and there was one of our clients, one of our friends, one of our partners, you guys, standing there endorsing us to a random stranger. And it was so cool, you guys, and we just want to really say thank you for that from the bottom of our heart. It was amazing. So we had some really great takeaways. You've been so tired since coming back, Mickey. Yeah, I get you. I'm still trying to recover, actually. We like just a little. I want to turn this in and be the focus for you. But one of the big takeaways for me was that this four-bot system that we've been talking to you guys about for the last 8 weeks is the hottest thing to hit this market. We had an opportunity. Obviously, we spent, I think it was about, all up by flights and stuff like that, we spent 50 grand to be at the show. And everybody that was exhibiting is in the same boat, right? And the exhibitors got to set up on Sunday. They had kind of a welcome opening day on Monday, and then the events was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And even on setup day, we had people lining up at the booth to come and talk to us. And Johan's dropping some photos in the chat there, which you guys can kind of see our booth and our excitement and the amazing banners and collateral that Robert got organized for us. So my point being is the reason people were queuing up to see us was because this four-bot thing has taken people's interest, and they're so excited to talk about it. They want to know, what do the four bots do? How does it work? We have always had the lead gen technology, and there's some really cool stuff coming through, which I'll kind of share with you guys today if we get a chance. We have always had that lead gen technology. We've always given you guys the ability to brand that as your own and to take that out to market and open your own SaaS business with that leads tool. And that has always been the case with White Label Suite. That's been great. Now, when we add in the additional functionality of AI conversational chat that is contact aware, knowing what your leads, who your leads are, and being able to communicate with them on that basis, and then following that with AI voice, doing 100% call follow-up, 100% communication with every single lead. People were literally lining up to see us. One of the mornings, and again, I want to turn this back over to you guys, but one of the mornings, so I said to the boys, all right, guys, booth opens at 8, which means we need to be there by 7:30 because everybody's kind of gathering around, getting ready to go in the room. So we wanted to be there, which means I said, I'll be there early to make sure we've got somebody at the stand. So I had breakfast at 7 and I walked up the stairs. So this breakfast was downstairs in the restaurant, walk up the stairs to the exhibition booth. I walked up the stairs and there's somebody standing at our booth with their credit card in their hand. Right? Like, you know, we talk about people throwing their credit card at us, like being actual in the experience. We walk up, he had his credit card in his hand. And I was like, good morning. He's like, hi, I just want to get this 4-bot thing going before the day starts. And I was like, take a seat. Take a seat. Like, let's sit down and get this done. And we were so busy that we had people coming to us long after all of the other exhibitors had packed up. The parties were happening, like the end of day parties were happening in the big ballroom. And we still had people at our booth at 10 o'clock at night talking through how this system works. Now, guys, we don't have anything more than you have to sell. We are selling the same thing that we've given you to be able to sell. The leads gen tool, we've shown you how to build that integration into the closebot system. We've shown you how to integrate that into the AI voice program, and we're using SynthFlow at the moment. My message to you is this. It was such a rush, such a buzz. We had people coming up to us from the minute that we put those banners up all the way until Friday afternoon. And you guys have that exact same framework that you have in your hands to be able to take it forward. And yeah, we just wanted to let you know that this is accelerated down. This is the time to hit it as hard as you can. Johan, jump in.
And it was like we literally did teardown. We were packing up. We had our last bag packed. And people were still coming up going, I know you guys have finished. Can you please do me a quick demo? I've heard about this from other people. I need to see it. And then they're signing up. Then they're opening up other opportunities, asking us to come speak on their stages. As Walt said, nothing that you guys don't have. You have it all. And all of the stuff that we're creating, we're giving you all the collateral. You guys can have the banners, you can have the brochures, you can have everything. We're here to help you. And again, I just want to do another shout out and just say thank you, Mika, Sarah, Ebony, everyone who came and who was helping us, because we were run off our feet. And Mika was doing demos. And then I had an event booked. Like I had 3 events booked in the middle of our events, and I had to run off and do quick webinars. And then one of them, I just said, I can't do it. I need to be on the floor. I need to be with the boys. So I said, hey, Mika, do you want to go do a presentation under your brand to these people and start signing up people under your thing? And she killed it. How'd you go, Mika? Give them a quick little update on that.
I think it went really well. They seem to be interested. I learned a lot about the questions that people will have, and how to present it to a group. So that was fun. It was high energy. Walt's energy is great. So I learned a lot from the way he presents it. Even just hearing him talk about the show is always, it's good hearing that. So yeah, people are interested and everybody needs leads. I mean, that's what it comes to.
So we're packing up and Mika's at the front. So we're like, we're taking our team out for pizzas, and Marcio, we had so many people. Marcio's waiting for us. He's like, I've got to catch a flight. We wanted to go out to dinner, but by the time we got everything done, Marcio's like, well, sorry guys, I've got like 3 minutes before I have to get out to the airport. But we're packing up, and like people are just hanging around the front of the hotel, and Mika's doing a demo of her leads tool out to somebody out literally at the front. They've got a casual dress on. They're going home, and Mika's doing a demo on her mobile and getting a free trial sign up for her own leads tool right then on the thing. Guys, it was so impressive, so incredible. And Mika, you're right. Everybody needs leads. But guys, do you know what? Mika just said something really interesting. She said, I learned a lot of questions about people that, how to sell this by doing that webinar. And guys, here's the truth. You can read about doing push-ups all day. You can read the best technique. You can watch YouTube videos on how to do it. You can research the best possible methods, but you don't get any stronger until you do push-ups, right? So like we've given all of the training, all of the coaching, we will continue to do so, but you guys will get the best experience by talking to people. Right? By talking to people about your system and about this process. And if we can take one thing away, it is that the market is ready for this system, and you can get the reps in, right? And here's a great thing, like just to continue that on, you will stuff up the first 10, right? You'll stuff it up. You may as well get those 10 out of the way, right? So that the 11th one is on fire. You don't get to the 11th one until you get those 10 out of the way. You're going to burn them. They're going to suck. They're going to be the worst demos you ever do. But if you suck at 10, you're going to be great at 11. So you got to get
Well,
those. You
luckily
got
I
to get
got
those
like
reps.
50 out of the way. But
Yeah.
I also want to thank Kyle. I mean, like Kyle's great and Lex and the support team. And I know we've been throwing a lot at them, just the regular setups that they're doing, but also just like all the changes and the feedback. Because remember, the first group of us that are coming through, they got our stuff done pretty quickly, but a lot of the support, the questions and FAQs and changes that are coming back from the show and the questions that we're getting, believe me, you guys, like all of that's going back to Kyle.
Right.
So,
absolutely. And
so hopefully that makes it better as because we're going to be building it into the tool itself to be able to answer a lot of these questions, and then having some of those FAQs built out on the page too. So we're all getting smarter and the system's getting smarter.
And I know Kyle dropped this in the group the other day. Kyle and I are working on Kyle, how do we describe? We called it backfilling, right? It's like we've accelerated so quickly to where we're at, and now we have to kind of catch up with a few of the support structures and infrastructure. Yeah. So we were even like we've been talking about this the whole week, is creating additional tools and resources for people who are coming along so that they have better systems. And a great example of that, we brainstormed a couple of days ago. We're like, okay, cool. Imagine if you just got started with White Label Suite. Imagine if it was your son or your daughter. So like somebody they came home to you and said, Dad, I just invested, $1,000 a month in this system. I've got 30 days to make this work before my next rebuild comes in. Dad, what should I do? And Kyle and I literally did a whole brainstorming session on, imagine that it was our child who had invested in this program. How would we help them run this out? And we started putting things in that we haven't verbally said to you guys. Like, for example, warm list.
Busy, what's up?
Hey guys, I might just who have we got there? Johan, can you help us with the chat there and the people? So we're like, what about warm list, right? And we were like, what do you mean by warm list? Guys, in your phone right now, there is more than likely people that would need the leads tool, right? That would love the leads tool. And if you've got a White Label Suite license, you're able to make those sales right now, this minute. Start with a warm market. Like what we're putting together is a whole package to how to get started and how to bang this out in the best possible way. Start with a warm market. People who are in your phone, in your contacts list, people that are your very best chance of getting those first initial sales and getting that traction under you. So yeah, we're backfilling, Mika, exactly as you said, making things better, creating more and more to help you guys move it forward. So there's a whole bunch of stuff we want to cover from Dallas. But one of the first things that I want to be able to say to you guys is very clearly, the White Label Suite price is rising. And we've slowly been increasing it ever since we opened 3 years ago. It is coming, right? So we are about to move into a model where you have a base level price for up to 10 accounts that you can sell, then a higher level price for unlimited accounts, and then a higher level price for the enterprise program, right? We're about to roll that out. We're about to do the setup fee for enterprise. If you guys haven't taken these steps, you absolutely need to do so by the end of November, because come Black Friday, Cyber Monday, price cutoff happens. We've committed to it. We want to make sure that that's known. Johan.
Guys, whatever price you're on, you'll always be on that.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're grandfathered in, you're grandfathered in.
We're never, ever going to change prices on you, just so you know. It's just letting you know you've got a month's notice. Everybody's doing Black Friday where they're lowering their prices. We're actually going to do the opposite and increase ours.
Like a countdown. Yeah, so it's like whatever, and Johan, you're exactly right. Whatever tier you're on, guys, you get if you upgrade to enterprise before that date, great, your price stays. If you're not yet a White Label Suite customer and you're just getting that back in, your price stays. So locking that in, I guess, is the message. All right. So the other message is, Mika, I think you just posted in this. No, Robert, you just posted this in the chat. This is the worst it'll ever be. Oh my God, that's amazing. GHL's the smallest it will ever be. Right? Every year we come back from Dallas going, this is the smallest this will ever be. Oh my God. They're talking numbers like they did 4.3 billion emails out through the GHL infrastructure. in the last month or last quarter, I think, or something like that. Like the numbers are insane. We just saw public knowledge, so no secrets being shared here, Johan. We just saw Keep used to be called Infusionsoft, right? Infusionsoft at one point was the golden child of agency CRM systems. Infusionsoft, Keep as it's known now, was just acquired for $80 million, all right? Which is a nice chunk of change, all right? Who'd say no to that? Nobody, right? But GHL paid out $80 million to its affiliates. Let that sink in for a minute. Infusionsoft, the whole thing, the company, the people, the subscribers in the database, the business of Infusionsoft sold for 80 million. And GHL has paid out 80 million in affiliate commissions. All right. So this is the hottest
Can I add some
market to be
additional
in.
context to that? So just to see how much bigger this could get, to think about the additional features and stuff that GHL is adding is really putting us on par with in feature wise, right? I mean, I think already we had a lot of capabilities that made us similar to like HubSpot or even better, right?
Mhm.
But now with things like custom values, I came from enterprise where we had those type of features on like Marketo and Eloqua, but now HubSpot has that, right? So now we can do pretty much, there's nothing really HubSpot can do that we can't do, plus more. HubSpot's current valuation is 28 billion.
So HubSpot has they've screwed over all their affiliates, and
Is this public knowledge?
it's now public knowledge.
Okay.
And so there's tons of people who are absolutely up in arms because what they've done is just like, so GHL pays out 40%, right, in affiliate comms. And I don't know what the actual number of HubSpot is. So whatever the comms were, one of my friends, he's doing 500,000 recurring comms every year, and he has done so since 2018. Come January, they're canceling all that. And they're saying you have to re-sign up your clients, and that's the only way to keep your comms active. So there's all these affiliates who are going to be absolutely upset. The point of telling you this is the competition of GHL was Keep. It no longer is. There's a mass exodus of people happening with Keep, who are then going to jump onto the GHL bandwagon. Same thing with HubSpot. HubSpot's going to have a mass exodus of people, and they're all going to move over to GHL as well. So, and the platform keeps getting better and better and better. We are, White Label Suite is the best kept secret because it opens doors.
Mm-hmm.
And with this tool, if you look at the entire market size, there's not that many people who have access to this tool. So you still have first mover advantage over all of these other people that are going to be coming in.
Yep.
So make 2025 your best year ever.
Absolutely.
We're in November. I can't believe that the year has gone by so fast. Get everything set up so that you can absolutely jump on it starting January and
Absolutely.
Well, what's different, I think, about this program that people need to understand is like there's a lot of people on high level, but they're not all good at what they do, right? There's a lot of quote unquote agencies, but they can't build what we've built. They can't build what you guys are offering. They can't grow at the level that we've offered, even with the support, with support onboarding from adding on something like Extendly or HR Pro Tools. They can't offer the level of what we're doing as quickly as we can do it with all the features that we've done. It's just, I mean, I've had those other tools. It's not the same as what we're doing here, right? So with the way that we want to scale, and especially like we're adding on all these other additional tools, this is not just like a snapshot, right? This is not onboarding a snapshot. So even if you're a good agency and you have the skills, if you don't, having a tool like this, having a program like this really allows you to be able to scale where otherwise you wouldn't be able to do that. So we got this kind of opportunity. And I will say, like, as a key partner, I am a key partner. A lot of us were already using both tools. So we have customers that are still on Keep. And with the Thrive acquisition, Thrive is bringing a lot to the table too. It's probably going to get better, but it's going to take time. But it doesn't matter. The market's moving toward GHL. We've been seeing that for years. It's going to keep happening. There's plenty of room for us to grow. But I mean, I think this tool and the additional features that GHL offers, it's a game changer. So I think
100% agree. They're throwing a lot of money at the partners. Kate, you've got your hand up. Do you want to jump on? or are you
Yeah,
waving?
yeah. No, I wanted I wanted to ask a question actually, because I'm going to be jumping onto John Logan's call in about half an hour.
Awesome.
And so it's actually about the GHL side of things
Mhm.
when you're on enterprise. So my white label name for enterprise, for my website is going to be Ultimate Lead Kit.
Great.
So I obviously I log in to your system. But if I'm selling GHL as well, and I want to sell that through Ultimate Lead Kit,
Mhm.
can I set up the my GHL on a subdomain app.ultimateleadkit.com, for example?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because I've got GHL
Mhm.
under a different name, but I want to either change it or just get a new GHL account for Ultimate Lead Kit.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would suggest like app.ultimateleadkit.com will be a great login for your leads tool. So that can be the place where people log in. But if you've got crm.ultimateleadkit, perfect,
Yeah.
And in terms of selling that GHL, that's exactly what Johan was just saying a few moments ago. The leads tool, and this is what we've always taught you guys, the leads tool itself is the greatest door opener of all time. So you're getting somebody who's interested in creating new business coming through their doors. It then makes it so much easier to upsell GHL. And our story where we just got started and we were selling GHL agency accounts. We don't do that much anymore because we're focused on the white label suite development. But when we were building our GHL agency, we went from struggling to 50K MRR in GHL accounts by doing one thing. And that one thing was offer people 20 free leads to get on a call with you. When they've got the leads tool, then we're literally bundling that in with our GHL. That's how we got to 50K MRR in 90 days. We went to market and we said, hey, we've just invested in a software program, exactly the scripting that we give you guys. I'd love to show you how it can work for you being a commercial insurance agent or whoever it is that you're targeting. I'll give you 20 free leads just to jump on a call with me and show you exactly how this works. And from there, it's a natural upsell into GHL. It's a natural upsell into the 4-bot system, right? So we use the leads tool, open the door, show people how they can generate new business. It is then a natural flow to here's this whole system to manage your leads. Here's a whole system to then AI call, qualify, nurture your leads. Like it becomes the funnel that you can open the door with something as easy as doing a 20 free leads demo or using the white label demos that we give you guys to then push that through. So yeah, guys, you got to jump onto John Logar's, Kate. Does that help, Kate?
It really does. It's not for another half an hour, the call, but I just wanted to get that question in because it's been bugging me.
We've got a bit of a hard stop today as well. So we're going to cover as much as we can in the next 33 minutes. But as always, guys, this is your time, your chance to jump in. If you'd like to ask questions, there's you can do like Kate did and just wave at the camera, or down the bottom of the Zoom call, there's a little button that says raise hand, and we'll see that come in and we can call on you guys and get that done. While that's happening, let me grab a couple of notable additions from the GHL conference and a few things. So the main thing that we wanted to give you guys, and if we can just give you one gift of our $50,000 investment of going to that particular show, that gift is you have the hottest system of all time in your hands right now. People are lining up for this system. We had a call yesterday where the guy literally bought 2 on the call, $10,000 setup, $1,000 a month. He bought 2 on the call. He literally said, I want one for this business and one for this business. And he said, I've got a meeting in 6 minutes and I'll make sure the payment's done before the meeting starts. And we're like, great, amazing. See you later. Have fun. Next, like 3 minutes later, the Stripe account went ding. And Johan and I were just like, this is just crazy. When you can show people leads, AI systems can nurture and follow up. AI voice can call and close. It's insane. People are just going, just get it done, man. Just sign it up. We're going crazy. So that's the gift I wanted to give you guys. But a couple of things to take away. We're going to talk about what GHL is working on, and then I'm going to talk about what we're working on in White Label Suite so that you guys can take that with you from today's call as well. And as always, Johan, please jump in. Like, don't let me hog the mic as much. But okay, so I've got a couple of notes of here. So the first thing I want to say is we do have that price rise coming. If you want to lock in a specific level with White Label Suite, come end of November, we're bumping that up. So first things first, one of the takeaways with GHL that we noticed was that they're more focused now on the maturity of their developments than they ever have been before. If you've been focused with, if you've spent any time with GHL over the last 5 or 6 years, you will know that they have what they call their skateboard model. So Sean Clark talks about this all the time. It's like when we come up with something new, we give you guys a skateboard version of it, and then we build the rocket ship version with multiple iterations and customer feedback. So they throw a lot of features our way. And on Level Up Day in Dallas, they released 312 new features. All right. Mind blowing. But
it was so cool being here and seeing them because I was watching them come on.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes. So you guys were going ahead and having fun and cocktails. I'm here in the trench.
Nice. Well, Stacey, you got to make that money where it's there to be made, right? I applaud you. I really do. So these guys, so now one of the takeaways for us, and I had a lot of conversation with developers after the days, was that GHL are focused on maturity now. Less new features and more infrastructure to support the existing features, which I think is brilliant because as a authorized reseller, as an agency partner, which you guys are, if you've got a GHL agency account, you want to know that what you sell to your customers is getting better and better and better, right? Your customers don't need more shiny stuff. What they need to know is that the shiny stuff you've already talked to them about gets better over time, gets shinier rather than duller, right? So these guys are really focused on that. So less skateboard, more scooters and cars. They've also gone wide in development, right? So what that means is it's now about they have individual pods of developers that are focused on one feature. Example, they have an entire group of developers that are only focused on the funnel builders and website functionality. They have an entire group of developers that are only focused on workflows and automations, right? So they've now gone wide in their development and deep in their individual silos within the program. And again, that's great because it means that your product that you're a representative for is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, which is absolutely amazing. There was the other thing that I wanted to take away from there was a big piece of their feature drop, which impacts our 4-bot system, which I want to talk to you guys about, which is AI voice. GHL released their own AI voice within the program. Now, Kyle and I got super excited. We're like, this is going to be amazing. And we dived in and we checked it out. And at the moment, we're staying with Synthflow. At the moment, we're staying with Synthflow because a couple of key points there. The AI voice only does inbound at the moment from GHL, meaning that have a receptionist. That on its own is amazing. And you can sell that out to businesses. Like they will pay you for that feature alone, nothing else, right? But it's only doing inbound. It only works off a single prompt. So you can't have multiple different, roles of that AI. And you can only have up to 2,000 characters in your prompt. Now, I don't know if you guys if you've joined our enterprise program or you followed on our training and built it along with us, but our prompt is huge. So it's not there yet, but we're going to be keeping our eyes on it. If and when that system evolves, then we'll more than likely be switching over. We're paying $1,400 a month for our Synthflow account right now, and we'd love to not be. But at the moment, we're going to stick with Synthflow because it gives a better functionality for what we're trying to do. And that outbound piece is massive. The outbound piece alone gained us a $10,000 sale, literally this week. So the client being able to, in a workflow, when a lead contacts us and says, yes, I'm interested for more info, the fact that we can trigger an outbound call at that moment won us a $10,000 client this very week. So it is exciting. We love it. Keeping an eye on it. We're not using it at the moment. So that's the big one with our 4-bot system. The other piece that they dropped, which we're really excited about, is the webinar funnels. right? The webinar funnels. And the reason we're excited about it is because it allows us to, we've been using Webinar Kit. And again, we've recommended Webinar Kit to you guys. We love Webinar Kit. They've got a really tight GHL integration. We love being able to present using that system. But again, everything in one system means we get tracking and reporting and all kinds of stuff inside of GHL. Now, webinars. What's a webinar? Here's something that I want to give you guys. A webinar doesn't have to be a 1-hour presentation. A webinar, in inverted commas, can be a 6-minute walkthrough like the one you have in your white label tools. Let me say that again. Don't hear the word webinar and think slide deck, PowerPoint, presentation to a full room. A webinar can be the 6-minute video you've already got in your white label suite tools. Why is that important? Because now I can use a webinar to get somebody to opt in and watch it. Pause for effect. Hang on a second. Wait a minute. I can go to market and I can say, hey guys, brand new AI powered leads tool. I'd love you to check it out. Head on over here. They head on over here to your URL, and what happens next makes that 4-bot system work. What happens next is they opt in to watch the webinar, and then all of the follow-up and all of the amazing stuff that the 4-bot system does kicks into gear. So we love the fact that you can now have webinars built within the GHL framework, which was really, really, really cool. The next big piece that we took away was the focus from GHL on the app marketplace. All right. Kate, webinar geo. Yeah, that was amazing. So the focus of GHL on the app marketplace. Now, again, what does that mean for us as agency owners? They're opening up about 1,000. I think there's 650 right now as of this minute. They're opening up thousands of micro ways for you to profit. Right? Thousands of micro ways for you to profit. Hang on, what does that mean? All of these apps in the marketplace are, when you go into your workflows now, you'll see premium actions. And there's thousands of them already. Thousands of them. And that can be so many different functionalities that things can do. And if you have a client, and again, an example, what was the real estate or the home services one that we saw yesterday when we were poking around, Kyle? There was something there that the home services, there's a really big home services program. Can you remember the one that I'm talking about? Let's see. The House Call Pro. Thank you. That's the one. So House Call. Sorry, Stacey?
I think Service Titan as well.
Service Titan is there as well. So again, think about this now. You can use GHL to integrate with a Service Titan or House Call Pro, meaning that the lawnmower, the garden landscaper, you can make a sale to that client, and then every single time the two systems interact, so a new lead for the lawnmower goes out to Service Titan does this and sends it back, you can make microtransactions, 25 cents a pop, and you can rebill for that. So you can mark up. Now, what does that mean for you? It means that there is thousands of new ways to profit with your existing GHL system. And of course, all of that's fed by leads coming in, which is us on this side. So the marketplace is going to be massive. And a big takeaway from the marketplace development is the way that snapshots are being delivered via the marketplace. So if you have developed a snapshot, if you're a snapshot maker, get your dev account now. Get yourself a GHL developers account, because you can get your snapshot into the marketplace and you can get traction and sales of your snapshot in the dashboard of GHL. So you don't have to worry about setting up your own web page and doing that kind of stuff. You literally tap into the distribution model immediately. So that's absolutely huge. So one of the notes here that I've got is, think about ways you can create solutions with your snapshots to provide people with more data they can use to reach their individual customers and have better conversations. So go through the new premium actions and think, I could build a snapshot that takes advantage of these actions, and then I could have all of these sub accounts pushing out those snapshots and generating more and more and more revenue. Okay, so the app marketplace is absolutely huge. So let me just jump back in and check my notes. All right. Johan, there was, before we get into the white label suite roadmap and a few of the things that we're working on, was there other takeaways from the GHL side that we should be bouncing with our people?
I'm all good, man. I'm just in the chat doing what I do. So
Okay, cool.
if I wrote some notes there, if I haven't covered anything, just go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Kyle's just said we've got we're going to have some cool stuff coming in white label suite that fits into those premium actions. And again, you guys are going to be able to rebuild for that, which is really, really cool. All right. So the other thing with the GHL conference is next year. So this year they had, I think we all agreed it was somewhere around 800 people attend the conference, which is amazing. But the tickets were expensive, right? It was about $1,300 for a standard ticket. It was about $1,800 for a VIP, and it was like you could go up from there. It wasn't cheap. But next year, what they're doing, and again, kudos to the GHL crew, is they found a bigger venue, and this time it's at a resort, which makes it yay. They found a bigger venue, and they're lowering the price of the tickets to make sure more and more people can come. So next year's tickets, when they go on sale, we're talking to Matt DeSano yesterday. He was like, if they gave us a link, we could sell that out today already. I think they're going to be targeting around 2,000 people coming, and the tickets are going to be half price. So I think like $600.
$600 for the tickets.
Yeah. So
they're up right now. I think they're like 7 something. If you go to the same website as last year, it's already updated for 2025. It's like $7.95 or something like that.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Amazing. Can you buy those tickets now, Mika?
Sure can.
Okay, cool. All right. It will sell out, you guys. It will sell out. So that was the next one. Now, let me just check my notes. All right, I'm going to talk about the white label suite system. Again, the biggest takeaway was the 4-bot system that you've got is the hottest thing right now. It's insane. I've got here a note, Johan, you were bringing over people, introducing them to white label suite for the first time, people that have known us for years. And when we had this bot system, they suddenly realized what we did.
This is hilarious. The amount of people that came up to me and said, well, actually, so we got tons of influencers getting our attention. Like they were watching our booth and they were coming up to me going, what is going on? What are you guys selling? Why is there a line? What is going on? I've said, well, this is our system. This is our new system. We've integrated it with blah, 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 blah. All the influencers now want to promote us, which is awesome. One of the influencers, I've been chasing this guy for 3 years. He came up to me and he said, Johan, I know you've been chasing me for 3 years. Just want to let you know, my heart is with HL Pro Tools. I will never switch. You cannot get me to switch from HL Pro Tools. I said, dude, we love HL Pro Tools. What
are you talking about?
And then he said, don't you guys do white label support? So this is somebody who for 3 years has watched what we do.
Has known we exist.
And believe that has not watched, but has known that we exist, and believe that we did white label support. We had that. I got that about 10 times a day where people were like, we thought you're white label support. And it's probably because of our positioning right next to Externally and HL Pro Tools, which is great because now we can re-educate the market and tell them what we actually do. So again, you guys paid attention. You know what we have. Not many people do know what we have. And so you still have that first mover advantage.
Actually, that's a really good point. So somebody asked.
I have the same.
You have the same thing?
idea of you guys. So I just signed up for the enterprise last week, but I know you guys for years and I thought the same thing. So,
that's amazing. So
one of them.
We need to get our messaging right. That's like absolutely, that's absolutely on us. Thank you, JP. That's so funny. It's so great to have you as an enterprise customer. JP, did you get a gift did you get our?
Yeah, I already ate some of it. So
fantastic. Amazing. So good.
Thank you very much.
We send this, we've told this story already, but we send this gift basket to Mika, who came on board as an enterprise client, and she's allergic to everything in the basket.
Yeah, I saw it. Not me.
Funny. Hey, John, good to see you. Good, John Marenko jumping on as well. So, guys, Johan, you just said about there's plenty of room in the market. This is something really, really important for you guys to understand. We had somebody asked me the other day, with all of these enterprise customers joining, isn't the market going to get saturated for the leads tool? and I couldn't help but chuckle because I want to give you guys some numbers, right? We've got currently about 2,500, I think, white label suite agency owners in our ecosystem. So over the years, we've got about 2,500 people that have joined us in white label suite. I want you guys to remember that number, 2,500 people. GHL, just in their Facebook group, have got 90,000 GHL agency owners. So GHL, is it saturated? There's 90,000 people that are out there selling it. Is it saturated? Just a month ago, somebody jumped into the GHL Facebook group and was talking through his strategy where he went from zero to 500 sub accounts in 30 days. He went to platinum in 30 days. And there's 90,000 people in GHL, and yet somebody can come in and get 500 sales in 30 days. Here's my point. There's more than enough business for everyone to have more than enough business. When I was doing sales training, I had somebody kind of try and explain this to me in a visual way. He said, I want you guys to do this. I've done this exercise with you before. I'll do this real quick. Imagine that you're standing on a corner of a really major motorway or freeway. Like you're standing next to the freeway, somewhere close to your home. There's a busy, busy road. And I want you to imagine that you're standing there on the side of that busy road just for the next 10 minutes. And I want you to think about how many cars will pass you by in the next 10 minutes on that busy road. How many people will drive in their car as they're flying past you? You're standing there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, you can't even keep up with how quick they're going by you. And imagine how many are going to pass you in just 10 minutes. Now, here's my point. If you captured just 10% of the people that passed you by on one road in 10 minutes, you'd have more than enough business than you could ever cope with for the entire rest of your life, right? And that's one street corner on one road, 10 minutes of one day, somewhere on the planet. How many street corners are there? How many 10-minute blocks are there? There's more than enough business for everyone to have more than enough business. I have never, and we are aggressive in our marketing, I have never had anybody say to me, oh yeah, I saw this from Mika or JP or Stacy or John Marenko. Kate Davies presented this to me last week. I've never had that said. So that means you guys aren't doing a good enough job. Get out there. You need to get that. You need to get those reps out there. Start having conversations with people, right? There's so much business out there, you guys, that, if you're an enterprise client, if you're a white label suite, base level client, you've got your own branded software, you can pick up 100, 200, 500, whatever sub accounts, customers using your program, and it won't even make a dent. It won't even make a dent. It won't even scratch a tiny little itch in the market. There's more than enough business for everyone to have more than enough business. And that's exciting because that means you've got an opportunity to get out there and explode. All right, cool. So we've got about 14 minutes left. I just want to show you guys what we're working on. And the first one of that is our Autopilot part 2, which is really, really, really great. So Joe, what's my cost to upgrade from annual to the new one? Joe, just hit up our team. We will make sure we get that sorted out for you. Okay, so let me come across here. I'm going to share. This is in our staging, should be released this week. I'm just going to come in here to what we now call our Autopilot search. So Autopilot search, when we went to Dallas, we raced this out into the marketplace so we could have people opt in. So that's already live, where you could have what we call a webhook. So a webhook means that I can put a webhook on the back of my opt-in form, and when somebody opts into my webhook, I can do all of the data enrichment and send it back to them. That was the webhook. That's part 1. Still, it's live now in your live program. You can do that. Now, what does that mean for you as a customer? That means that you can go to a client and say, how do you currently generate business? And they say, oh, Facebook ads. Cool. Facebook lead ads, or we have a YouTube channel, people opt in or whatever. Now we can say, cool, let me plug this into the back end for you. And every time somebody opts in on your Facebook ads, we're going to enrich the data. We're going to run AI search and analysis. We're going to find all their social. We can do all that and send it right back to your account. So every single opt-in is going to have more data behind it. Your opt-in now becomes 100 times more valuable. That was level 1. And on our search now, so releasing this week, is Autopilot level 2. And I'm really, really excited about this. Guys, this is what I've been talking to you about for 3 or 4 months. It turns your white label suite business into a utility bill. And what that means is The biggest reason we've had for churn, people telling us, oh, I don't use it. And I go, well, if you're not using it, then don't pay for it. I mean, it makes sense. But why aren't you using it, you fool? Because people who are using it are making money with it. But still, it's like, it's too hard. I've got my business to run and I don't want to log in and do that 15 minutes worth of searching every month, right? Or I forgot to, And so the tool is useless if it wasn't running searches and putting leads into the funnels. And people are just like, oh yeah, wasn't using it. Like, how can we solve this for you? So Autopilot version 2, really, really pleased. And again, this is coming, this is on my staging system, our dev test environment, but this will be in your tool in this release. So it should be this week, maybe next, right? So we can now see that all of the search models are available with this Autopilot. So we say, okay, let's set up an Autopilot company search. So imagine that this is now part of your onboarding for your client, right? So we say, okay, cool. Let's give this a name. So I'm going to call this my weekly realtor search. All right. And we're going to say, okay, I want this to run every single week, or I can choose every single day, but let's go every single week. All right. And I'm going to say, okay, cool. I'm looking for realtors. All right. And I want to start with a location. So I want to say, let's start with New York. All right. So we can pick a location. All right. Now I say, okay, how many leads per week do you want dripping into your funnel? Now everybody's going to go, oh, 1 million. Well, hang on a second. Can you deal with that level of volume? Do you have a system in place where your salespeople could handle that? Let's go with, I don't know, 60 a week. All right. Now, if you're selling this to people, you might be 100 a week. That's your credit pack, right? You're selling them a leads tool of 500 credits a month or something like that. That fits right within there. Okay. So it's okay, cool. We want realtors in New York, 100 a week, and I'm going to add them to a specific list as we go. Cool. Now, what's going to happen is this looks and says there's a couple of different locations that have come up with that particular search. And I might go back and choose a different, instead of New York State, I might go New York City, and we'll get those locations coming through. Okay, so I've got a couple of different locations there, right? Cool. So now we say, okay, we know that when we're filtering, when we're running searches for leads, we might only want to say, I only want to deal with companies that have got 10 employees or more, or I only want to deal with where I've got the first name and last name of the people, because then I can personalize my emails, or I don't want to communicate with admin at email addresses. So I say, okay, I want to make sure that I start with only the ones where the email has been found, and I want companies that are more than 5 employees, all right, and apply. And, take out those email addresses is not admin at. So I'm setting up all the filters that are going to run on Autopilot for me. Okay. First name, last name, position, etc. Cool. Let's go. So it's going to make sure you've got to have a card on file, which again is great for you guys, right? Your clients have a card on file. This runs in the background, uses their credits, and you get what? Paid. Is that cool? Who wants to get paid? Right? So this runs in the background for them, consumes their credits, and you get paid. Sweet, right? So now the next question is here. I don't know if you've seen, but even once we've done a company search, we can enrich the employees. So now I can look for that employee and find out more data about them. That's going to cost an extra couple of credits if you want to, and you can choose 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or 10 different employees in the stack. Okay, so you can set that up for people. Now, here's our AI. Remember those 4 buttons that we've got, the different AI things that we can have running there? And we've got some news on that as well, which I'll share in just a sec. So I'm going to say, yeah, I also want to run the AI enrichment. So when the data is coming into this database, like everything's already done. So I want my summary to run. I want my subject line system to come. I want my DM in place. I want my intro in place. I want all my AI stuff done as well. Cool. And now, do I want to send it to that connected CRM? Yeah, absolutely. Or via a webhook if I want to push it out via Zapier to their Salesforce account or HubSpot or whatever. Save. Done. All right. Oh, I need to connect a CRM account. This is my staging. But you've got your own, you would have connected up your GHL account to this client, right? Boom. Now my system runs 24/7 and pushes leads for you into your client's account. Now you can make a sale of this tool and you can help your client get this stuff set up, and it runs 24/7 in the background, bringing leads into their funnel. The promise has always been leads on autopilot. And with this release, it is now leads with zero touch. So we've marketed this as the 4-bot system, right? And bot 1 was our leads tool and needed you to turn the handle, right? Like, I still need to crank up bot 1 to get it going. But now bot 1 stands there and goes, ready to work, boss. Let me just bring those leads straight in for you. All right. So Autopilot Search is our biggest release. It is live now in our staging, which means it's passing testing. And we are now bringing this to you guys. Mika, whoever doesn't buy this doesn't want to make money. I see your question there, Tyler. Just give me 30 seconds more and I'll jump straight across to you guys. All right. So that is release number 1. The other big release that we wanted to bring to you guys is that we have, I won't give too many details, but we have just finished up a meeting with some really exciting new data partners. We are bringing in more data points into the system than you can ever possibly believe. And that gives you the opportunity to open up more doors, create more opportunities. So we will have more data available into the background of the program really, really, really soon. We've done the deal with these guys. We've got multiple data partners that we're now working with, and we're bringing people in to further enrich the data. Now, what that means for you is that every search is going to potentially use more credits, which means for your clients, every time they do it, you get what? Paid. More opportunities to get more data means that more people are paying you more money. Is that cool? So we're going to bring in so many different opportunities for people to go, I need this kind of data. I want that kind of information. I want this information. And every time they tick that box, credits get consumed and you get paid. You got it, right? So this is where we're really going to explode for you guys on what we're doing with the data. Now, I said there was one more thing about the AI. I've got a particular prompt which I wrote when we're doing our prospecting, and I've given you guys this prompt already. And I might just grab it up on the screen because I even added to it last night. There's, what did I write it here? I think I put it here. I'll put this up on the screen. This is something that I've got in my own prompt. Like, it's different than the default prompt that we give you guys. So this is the prompt that I use. It's called Awards and Details, right? And I'll just pop it into the chat. You guys can grab it. Let me drop it into the chat here to everyone. So this is a prompt that really gets amazing results. It's so cool. That's the one that's been feeding our AI bot with and this is what we taught in our training. Gather more information about this customer so that when they connect with us, we know about them. But we've built that into the company summary. Right. The other big piece of news that we want to give you guys is that we're going to be further developing that prompt to get more and more and more information, and we're going to have it run in the background every time. So what that means is that every time you get a customer coming through, we're going to have AI do some deep analysis on that contact for you without ever needing to use up your company summaries and bullet points and all that kind of stuff. So we're doing a lot of development in the AI space to use AI's power in better and better and better ways as the data is coming into our tool. So again, super exciting. That's what we're working on. Tyler, go for it.
Thanks. This looks amazing and wonderful and beautiful. Thank you so much. Great work, you guys. So 2 questions. One is on the automation, the new feature to automate the searches. Is it possible through that webhook to just feed that new list every week over to like an instantly list, like through Zapier or whatever?
Yep, absolutely. So what you would do there, Tyler, is you would, in your integrations tab, you just go up into your integrations, create a Zapier connection, and then make that where the data is sent. So data coming in on the webhook gets enriched, gets pushed out to wherever you tell it to go. So it can be pushed to GHL, or it can be pushed to Neverbounce, or it can be pushed to Zapier link, or wherever you want it to go. So 100% yes.
Cool. Thank you. And then the follow-up question is about the enrichment aspect or functionality. So the enrichment happens all within white label, right?
Correct.
And then, because I've had customers ask me, is it possible to just enrich data within high level? And
Yeah,
so
so
now we can push
it's
that
there
data
right now.
back
No,
over.
so that's 100%. They will never see white label suite if you want to set it up that way. So data comes into high level. You create an autopilot, a webhook. So then, again, workflows. Data comes in via an opt-in form. Send. Next action is send to webhook, and the webhook is ours. Data comes in, gets enriched. Data goes back out to a webhook and updates the custom fields. They would never have to log into White Label Suite to do that. So you can do that right now with autopilot mode using the webhook system. Data comes in via any source, gets pushed into our system, gets enriched, and then pushed out to any source that you choose via a webhook or via a GHL native integration.
Cool. So it would be a workflow within high level that automates that process?
Yeah. So build the workflow. Trigger is incoming data. Action is webhook to us. All right. So we'll get that webhook. You set up the autopilot in White Label Suite. So when that data comes in, it pushes it back out to and populates all of the custom fields back in Go High Level. So again, they would never have to log into White Label Suite. You can set that up for them and it all happens in the background.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Very exciting.
A pleasure. Guys, so we do have a hard stop. I've got to jump, but we love you guys. We want you to take the biggest gift that we can, which is you have something so amazingly special in your hands. Leads plus AI follow-up plus AI voice and AI nurture is the hottest market I've ever seen. We've given you all the training. Jump onto our White Level YouTube channel to learn how to do it yourself. If you want to become an enterprise customer, that means we give you back a branded profit center ready to rock. So all of that is, then we take care of your customer support for you. We give you like the whole thing ready to go. But the gift that we're giving you guys is that this system is freaking amazing. We have people literally dropping two $10,000 checks into our Stripe account on the call while we're with them, just by showing them how it works. Get out there, have conversations. You need to have people who know you exist. I'm going to jump, Johan. I might make you host, amigo, and you can stay for a little bit.
I'm already late, so I got to run.
We got to jump,
guys. Okay. Just quickly, I've had tons of messages going, are we going to do enterprise specific training?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like we're building that what we call a launch package right now. So we've got some really, really, really cool strategies for you to launch your enterprise business. So yes, we will be. Absolutely. And we've got a new app that's coming for our enterprise customers. So we'll be sharing the app with all our enterprise guys and sharing all that kind of stuff in the enterprise app itself. So, all right. I'm so sorry, guys, that we got to jump. Dallas is still filling our calendars. You had 38 appointments this week, I think, Johan, following up from Dallas. Guys, we love you. We are excited to keep giving you new stuff and all of our best. And we love you guys. We'll see you soon. Cheers, everyone.